Everybody, welcome back to Esoteric Ramblings. It's week 17 of the Comic Rundown 2021, Wednesday, April 28th. Everybody, welcome back to the Esoteric Ramblings Comic Hall Rundown. It's week 17 of the 2021 Rundown, and we've got a lot of good books this week, so I'm just going to jump right into it. There's no new number ones to highlight here at the beginning, so I'm just going to jump into the top alphabetically, get down to my cover pick, and then top three for the week. So up first is Berserker number 2 from Keanu Reeves, Matt Kindt, Ron Garney, and Bill Crabtree from Boom Studios. This is obviously the second issue of this new miniseries that Keanu Reeves is co-writing. This is really cool. I really like the concept behind this series. It's definitely a darker, more violent thing than most of the stuff I read, but it's good. I'm very much enjoying it, and I really like the concept that they're doing. It's familiar yet different at the same time. So check this out as a basically immortal, undying warrior that is now currently working for the U.S. government in this series. At least I believe it's the U.S. government. I can't remember if they specifically said that. I think it is. Up next is Cable number 10 from Phil Noto and Jerry Duggan. Again, young Cable, not really a character I ever thought I would be super interested in, but this story has been really interesting, tying in with Strife and a lot of different things, and just Phil Noto's art on this has made this book thoroughly enjoyable. Harley Quinn number 2 from the new Infinite Frontier initiative from DC, from I know it's Riley Rossmo and Stephanie Phillips writing. So this is, I really enjoy this. I like seeing Harley trying to be a good guy and work out her different issues with being who she is and applying that to being a hero and kind of like deprogramming herself from the villain life she lived. So this has been a lot of fun. Up next is Mirka Andolfo's Unsacred number 6. Speaking of Harley, we've got a Harley-themed cover here. This is a nice wrap-up to this miniseries. I was a little disappointed that Mirka Andolfo didn't do the whole issue. There's a first short story at the beginning, and then someone else took over the rest of the story. But it was still good. It was a fun ending to the series. But yeah, at least I think this is the last one. So Unsacred, this was a really fun series between both Series 1 and Series 2. New Mutants 17, furthering the story of the New Mutant characters and Shadow King, and how they're trying to do their power combinations, which is really cool. And you get to see Danny and Karma go to Otherworld to track down someone who's missing. So this is really cool. I really like seeing the mutants in Otherworld, which I know is one of the most dangerous places for them in the current setting. And I actually like that because they shouldn't be able to resurrect and live forever, even though they always did. Anyway, I'm not going to go down that whole road today. New Mutants 17 was a lot of fun. Really enjoyed this issue. Great artwork, great story. Definitely recommend checking out this entire series if you've not read it yet. Almost one of the top 3. This is Once in Future number 18. I really enjoyed this. I don't want to say too much about this because there's some... I don't want to spoil anything. So just enjoy it, read it. If you've been enjoying this series, definitely get your hands and read this as soon as possible. If you like Arthurian legends come to the modern world, you definitely need to check out Once in Future. Great storytelling, gorgeous artwork by Dan Mora, and highly recommend Once in Future. A lot of number 2s this week. Shadecraft number 2. This was a really hot book a couple weeks ago when it came out, and it is still hot in my opinion because it is a fantastic story. Really like where this is going from the creative team behind Skyward, which was a gorgeous series. Definitely recommend that. And yeah, Shadecraft number 2, featuring a girl who is having problems with her shadow because it's coming to life. Technically, this is a number 1, but it's part 2 of a mini-series, so I'm not considering it a number 1. Amazing Spider-Man Curse of the Man-Thing is the second issue in this Curse of the Man-Thing storyline, where what's her name? Is it Harvard the Harvester? Has taken over the powers of Man-Thing and is infecting the Earth and trying to destroy humanity in favor of plant life. And the first issue was with the Avengers, and now we bring Spider-Man and the Lizard into it, and it's really cool. And next week, the X-Men have their finale to this 3-part miniseries, X-Men Curse of the Man-Thing #1. Speaking of X-Men, we've got a great issue that is not only a throwback to the time period, but from the creative team of Louise and Walt Simonson, X-Men Legends #3. This is great. This was like jumping back into the 80s and reading an issue of X Factor that I never got to read before. So this was a lot of fun. Really enjoy this series. Yeah, so definitely check this out. Some of the best creators in X-Men history working on this issue. So definitely check that out. And of course, seeing Jean in this red and yellow X Factor costume is always a nice bonus. All right, cover of the week, and this actually is going to tie probably with #3 for the week, but I'm going to just feature it as the cover of the week, is Black Widow #6. We've got another amazing Adam Hughes cover here with this black and gray and red, very monochromatic, awesome cover. This series has been a lot of fun from Kelly Thompson and Rafael De La Torre. Jordie Bellaire on color. Highly recommend this Black Widow series, not just because the movie is coming out, but this, along with the was it the Nathan Edmondson run from a couple years ago with Phil Noto, was a great Black Widow series. So is the Sam Neill run from a couple years ago, but this one is a lot of fun. I thought this was going to be a mini series, and it is still going. So if you need some Natasha in your life to fill out the days until the Disney Plus / theatrical release, check out this Black Widow series. All right, top 3. So #3 for the week is Fantastic Four, #31. Reed and Ben go off on an adventure in space. Meanwhile, havoc breaks out at home, and it's a lot of fun. Sue gets called out on some of the things she's been doing. Even though I really like her character, she's been doing some questionable things, in my opinion, sneaking around, following her family invisible without their knowledge. So Johnny gets to call her out on that in this issue. I don't think that's really a spoiler, but it's fun. Yeah, this is a really great series. Have been waiting a long time to enjoy a Fantastic Four series, and this run that Dan Slott started 31 issues ago is definitely been hitting the Fantastic Four spot that I have wanted. #2 for the week, crossover #6. Had to go for the Savage Dragon Witchblade alternate cover here. This was a lot of fun just because of what it is, and getting to see there's a great I believe it's a double-page spread of a bunch of Image characters all across the background. I really enjoys the series, but this is another great issue with a great reveal in it. So if you have not read Crossover, go to your local shop, get issues 1 through 6, and enjoy yourselves. And last on the countdown this week, issue or #1 for the countdown, issue 11 of Star Wars Darth Vader Into the Fire Exegol. I believe this might be the finale. There might be one more issue after this to wrap up the story. I'm not sure. But it feels like the climactic issue of this storyline. I don't want to spoil it, but it's really cool. I really enjoyed it. For those of you Star Wars fans who do not like the prequels, or at least because you don't feel like you got enough information on how things happened, the storyline currently going on in Darth Vader has definitely helped set up some of the things in the prequel story. So, or the sequels rather. The sequels aren't going anywhere anytime soon. For those of you who want them to disappear, they're not going to. They are going to be around for a while. I don't think they're ever going to alter them out of Star Wars canon. Between this and things they're doing in Mandalorian, I think they're definitely setting things up to make that all work better. Like they've used Clone Wars to flesh out what happened between Attack of the Clones and the Revenge of the Sith. I feel like between the comics and the shows they're doing, it's going to make it all make so much more sense. and just make them... Don't get me wrong, I enjoy the sequels. They definitely have problems. But I think there's a lot of great stuff in them, and at the end of the day, they're more Star Wars, so I like them. I'm not going to get into all of that right now, but Darth Vader has been greatly tying into especially things from Rise of Skywalker. So if you want some more explanation on Exegol and Ochi of Bestoon and some of that stuff, check out this Darth Vader storyline. I believe it started in issue 6. Maybe issue 7. So, all right, that's it for the rundown this week. Hope you have a great weekend. There is no new Falcon and Winter Soldier tomorrow or any other shows in the immediate future. I am going to be doing a podcast with a friend who does a Masters of the Universe podcast on a regular basis. So once I get the details of that, I'll put them in the next video. But we're going to be talking about Zack Snyder's Justice League. So I won't be doing my Justice League review on here. I'll put some links in one of my videos coming up where you can check that podcast out once it goes live. Yeah, so that's it. Thanks for watching. Enjoy your comics. Let me know what you're reading. Are you liking any of these? I like the comments. I like the interaction. I don't care if I have 44 subscribers or 444 subscribers or whatever. I like being able to interact with people. Let me know your thoughts. And I believe Arcane was the commenter about Geiger. That is in my pile to read this week. So somewhere between now and the next Comic Haul Rundown, if not in the next Comic Haul Rundown, I will get to Geiger #1 and put my thoughts out on that. So I'm not always on time for everything. And sometimes that's okay, because then I can get excited about it a little bit later than everyone else. So anyway, that's it. Have a great night, day, afternoon, morning, all of the above. Ramble on.